KBSC Apache Junction and K241BQ Fort McDowell.
Phoenix's funny stations.
It's a comedy calamity with the Wild Jokers starting right now. So buckle up and enjoy the ride.
And good morning and welcome to Wild Jokers Radio. I'm Len. He is Brad, and good morning.
I'm putting my eyeball back in my head. I'm sorry. I can't help. Every week I have to pick on you, Len, because you're like, good morning, blah, blah, blah,
It's
blah, blah.
exciting to be in beautiful Phoenix,
You've
Arizona
had
this time of
at
year.
least 6 more cups of coffee than I have.
We have an action.
Are you injecting
action-packed
coffee?
show.
Is there something I need to know, Len?
No.
Do we need to get you into a 12-step program?
Yeah, of coffee?
Yeah, well,
they serve coffee in those. I have friends that have been down that
I know
road
you don't
and-
do drugs, so I know it's not
No.
cocaine. It's
No,
definitely
no.
coffee. You're not going Starsky and Hutch on me
No,
right
last night I had a couple beers, and this morning a pot of coffee, and that's what I do. I have my
Okay.
Coors at
If you
night
say
and
so.
my coffee by morning.
Whatever works for you.
And that's about it. But we have an action-packed day the Wild
Oh, my
Jokers do, because
goodness.
we're heading out to Apache Junction for the 3rd annual Salsa Piñata Festival.
Also known as AJ.
Festival of Culture and Wellness, art, music, food, festivities. What are you laughing at, you ding-dong?
Because I keep every time you talk about the festival,
You
I keep
interrupt the heck out of
interrupting
me. I know.
You know, I'm talking about the word piñata, and
You just won't let me
So,
just promote like I
yeah.
do, for Pete's
It
sake.
is what
It's
it is.
the Earth Heart Park and Community Garden at 625 North Plaza Drive in beautiful Apache Junction.
or
There's-
AJ as we like to call
There's
it.
comedy, there's music, there's us. You name it, they got it going on out there. Don't miss out. I'll be out there till 3 o'clock. Are you making it or no?
I don't know. It's iffy.
Okay, I know
It's
you're on the
iffy.
opposite
I've
side
got,
of the
I've got a lot of stuff
town.
going on with the children's.
You may have the Wild Jokers, you may have a Wild Joker. We soon shall find out by the end of the show.
Either way, one of our handsome mugs will be there.
Yeah, it will be fun. But we actually, in this show, have a lot going on. Of course, we're going to be catching up with Christopher Royer, who's a veteran. He was on our
Funny dude.
first
He was
radio
on our
show
first
on the
show.
station. Mr. Creepy Comedy himself, Jonathan Gregory, will be joining us here on the show today.
That guy's out of control. I don't know if he doesn't blink or doesn't sleep or both.
Yeah, I know. He is one of the guys that are just spot on. He doesn't blink. The man, I've never seen blink.
It's funny. 'cause
Flies could be flying by his
remember when
eyes
We
and
asked
he
him
doesn't
about
blink.
that a couple weeks ago when he was on our show the first time,
Yes.
and he just said, "I don't have eyelids," and I'm like, "No wonder."
Well, and also, hey, one other. I mean, this is like the hat trick of local comedy. Redneck Dave.
Love Redneck Dave. Woohoo!
Woo! That's all you have to do. That's Redneck
That's
Dave's
his famous
stick right
word,
there.
yeah.
But woo, woo! And we had got to give also more love out to the What the Hell Bar and Grill in East Mesa, Sossaman in Maine. Wild Joker Night last Tuesday and last Thursday. Cactus Jack's in Ahwatukee, the world's largest cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I beat you.
Ahwatukee.
Uh-huh.
That's always my line.
It's really not really the world's largest cul-de-sac, though.
It is
It's
a pretty big
close.
cul-de-sac.
It's pretty close.
It's rather ginormous.
It's rather cul-de-sac-y.
Yeah. So what we got
that
to
a
do is we have a new sponsor of the show, Brad.
Yeah.
We got to talk into the mic.
I am
You've been
talking-
doing this radio thing long enough to
I
actually.
know how to talk into the mic.
Now I'm getting you.
Thanks. It's my first day.
Seriously, you have bugs always around you.
What is that
And
supposed
we have
to
our
mean? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Are you saying
it's
I'm
sort of like a sponsor of
am I
child
like-
ad. When I
am
see you
like
on the
Pigpen?
microphone in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, I think you're like a little salty or something because you got a couple bugs like
So
going
what are you
around your
saying?
head.
I'm like Pigpen.
Yeah, you're kind of
Thanks.
you're Big Pen-ish. Yes.
You know, somebody said I was like Linus the other day, and they meant to say like Pigpen, and I corrected them, and I don't even know
Well-
why I corrected them because they were saying the same kind of thing. They were just joking, of course.
You know what's amazing?
I pride myself on my hygiene.
When I see bugs around your head or I see swarms of bees at my house or scorpions in my kitchen like it's been the past week, it's social media is an amazing thing because you make friends, especially if you're doing radio or promoting business or whatnot, and it's always good to have somebody who's a master of the pests. And that's my friend
Oh,
Brian.
yeah, we got to have that.
Nuisance Pest Management. That's it. It's out of Apache
Easy
Junction.
for you to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What's all the
nuisance.
coffee?
Yeah, nuisance. Yeah.
Nuisance.
But it's spelled interesting.
Nusense.
Right. Just so people know.
We're branding.
Yeah, right. No, it's
Is
cool.
that what- is
I'm
that-
down with it.
See,
No,
this
Brian's
is-
cool,
see,
dude.
Brian's just laughing at us
Brian's
because
looking at
we're
us like, you guys
bickering.
are a bunch of whack
you
jobs.
have
What
his
did I
mic on?
sign
Do you
up
have his mic
for?
on? Brian, how are you this morning?
Yeah, I think.
You got to turn him up.
Wait.
There you
Hold
go.
on. Brian, are you there?
See, our,
I'm here.
there you
Oh,
go.
there
Yeah,
we
our
go.
engineer's not doing his job.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, he's got flies around his head.
That's why I brought in the pest control guy.
So yeah, that's why we brought Brian in, who actually is going to help us out, contribute to the radio show now, but also gives us some comedy relief because when you see me outside of my house working out, trying to just get my sweat on, feeling the thunder, and then a swarm of bees comes at me into my lemon tree and buzzes me. What the heck are we supposed to do? I felt like Yogi Bear getting chased by bees in an old Hanna-Barbera
boo-boo.
cartoon. Hey, boo-boo, look out, bees. That was me. What do you do? And this is why we're bringing you to the show. If you're in this situation, besides try to get not get stung and get away from it, we got to call you. But what is the average consumer supposed to do when there's a swarm attacking their house? Or
Besides
tree?
jump in the pool.
Yeah.
Actually, best thing to do is try and get away, naturally.
Hide. Yeah, but don't they chase you
And,
if you run?
Yeah, they will chase you, and actually the jumping in the pool thing's a myth too. 'Cause,
Really? They wait?
They will sit there and buzz around and wait.
They wait. That's
Sneaky
awesome.
little devils,
No
aren't they?
kidding,
Yeah.
right?
One of the best things to do is actually try and brush up against some trees or bushes. Kind of throws them off a little bit. If you have like a sage bush or something, you can kind of brush up against, kind of dig yourself into.
Really?
That'll
Why?
See, these are good
I
tips.
wonder. Why is that? That's kind of interesting.
they basically sense everything by movement, and
Oh, so maybe
And
they
that's
think
a
it's just
fact.
the wind or something, and not a person
yeah.
anymore.
So
That's
we-
interesting.
This
You
is
kinda
something that's
blend
kind of
into
funny.
it.
You
Wow.
said the movement thing, and
Yeah.
I got to jump
Yeah.
in this one. Besides working out, I'm lifting weights, but I have an elliptical
just like
outside
bragging
too.
about the gun show over there.
No,
this guy.
but I'm on my elliptical, and then they just love me zinging around on the elliptical because all my limbs are moving, and it's bee paradise there.
Oh yeah.
And that's the worst thing in the world. And I got dinged 5 times. So this is Brian. This is why you
So
became
you
a
should have
part.
back up in your brittle bush, baby.
I have 2 citrus trees, and there's just nothing but desert where I'm at. So it's like, what am I gonna do? Just
Roll around in the dirt.
yeah, I'm gonna rub up to my saguara. I mean, seriously.
There you go. Rub up to your saguara.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
gonna hurt just as much as the bees stinging me.
Yeah, just run up and hug the cactus, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, everything will be a-okay. I'll be
That takes
skewered.
tree hugging to a whole new
Yeah,
place.
saguara hugging.
Right.
Yeah, crazy. Now, we're talking about bees with Brian, our master when it comes to exterminating these little creatures. But now you were talking about last night, the other night we were talking on the horn. This may be illegal here in the state of Arizona to kill bees in the future. What is that all about?
There is talk about it actually in Arizona or California right now.
Yeah.
It's illegal to kill bees. So
Yeah, you were telling me about this the other day, and I'm sitting there looking at you like, what?
Yeah.
Illegal to kill bees? What kind of craziness?
and
That's
so,
wrong.
So they actually have a lot of beekeepers and stuff that'll come out and collect the bees. And there is talk of in mid 2015 it'll be the same for Arizona. They're trying to pass the same thing. So definitely could be some changes with
See,
bees in
that's
the near
good to
future.
know. Very good to know. And also prevention and scorpions. That's another big one. Scorpions and snakes are on the rise right now. What do you do to help the consumer out to prevent these issues?
Basically, it's, we have a whole process that we go through, but it's mainly concentrated in your high-risk areas, so like valve cover boxes. We try and get some dust in the valve cover boxes and everything.
It's a good idea.
Make sure you get product around all entry points, like even plumbing caps or hose bibs, anything like that go in.
One thing I've noticed where your washer and dryer are for your clothes, your dryer, the air vent.
Yep,
That's
definitely.
a nice big hole in your house where critters, whether it be snakes, scorpions, tarantulas, black widows, you name it, they want to come on in.
Oh yeah, definitely. And there's many other entrances, even up through the attic, getting into the attic vents, stuff like that. So it's just a matter of making sure you keep everything sealed up around the house. Either spray foam or we do seal treatments where we'll go through and actually seal up along the stem wall and get all those entry points and everything covered and sealed up. And it's mainly just along your doorways, windows.
Any place there's a gap. Because I know like scorpions can fit through like a credit card slot or something like
yeah.
that.
They're
Yeah.
crafty
Yeah.
little guys,
Right.
and they're hard to kill.
Little
Oh, yeah.
bastards.
Is it true they breathe through their stomach? Is that what
Uh,
I've heard through the grapevine? They're like their
No, it's
respiratory system?
They are exoskeleton, but they do, breathe through nose
Yeah.
and mouth.
They have nostrils?
Good question.
I know. I'm going to have to Google that one.
Wait a
These
second.
scorpions
This is
have
not-
nostrils.
This is not the entomology hour here.
yeah.
It's like, Thank you for listening to Nat Geo Radio.
On that note, this is where you got to get the plug on in. If you have scorpions with nostrils in your house,
Or without nostrils.
call Brian. What's your phone number, Brian, and how can people reach you?
Phone number is 480-447-8775. You can also check out the website, which is www.nuisancepest.com. Once again, it's NUSENSEPEST.com. Those are the two best routes to get a hold of us.
Well, thank you so much for actually being part of the Wild Joker family now,
Awesome.
and we'll be
yeah.
we'll be harassing you quite a bit because we talked about bees and nostril-bearing scorpions.
There's so
this
many
show.
kinds of bugs we can talk
Oh
about.
yeah, we're going to be talking a lot of buggery. Maybe next week we can talk about trouser snakes and how to avoid them. Brian, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
We've got to go to our first break here on Wild Jokers Radio. We're going to be doing the trifecta of fun, catching up with Redneck Dave, Jonathan Gregory, and Christopher Royer on the way next here on Wild Jokers Radio. We'll be right back. It's Len from the Wild Jokers, and you know my battle cry is all about the small business person. And that's why I endorse Casa Grande Jewelry and Pawn. Some of the finest jewelry you ever want to find. If you need an engagement ring, wedding band, watches, necklaces, firearms, ammunition, power tools, you name it, they got it at Casa Grande Jewelry and Pawn. 1326 North Pinal Avenue in the heart of Casa Grande, or call 520-836-7774. Once again, that's 520-836-7774.
Autobahn Mortgage, 602-980-LOAN. That's 602-980-5626. Call Autobahn Mortgage for all your commercial and residential mortgage needs. We are friendly, fast, and efficient. 602-980-LOAN. You can also see us on the internet, www.autobahnmortgage.com. Call us today, 602-980-LOAN. 602-980-5626.
And welcome back to Wild Jokers here on a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm Len, he's Brad, and we have to actually now go our rapid-fire second segment here on Wild Jokers Radio. To our winner, actually, a couple weeks back at the What the Hell Bar and Grill, we got the privilege to meet Redneck Dave, who actually I thought just slammed it home in East Mesa.
He killed it.
He definitely did. Dave, how are you?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic. Now, your stand-up really resonated with the blue-collar crowd of East Mesa Apache Junction. How'd you feel about your performance? I mean, you were hands down the winner, brother.
Oh, yeah, it was great. That's my kind of crowd out there, man.
Yeah, it really was. Now, when it comes to you, to your act, I mean, this is reality. You are Redneck Dave, right?
That's correct, sir.
And now, how did you kind of stumble into your comedy career? Because all of a sudden, I mean, you're just funny. We're just walking around the bar, and you were getting me to crack up. And then you take the mic and go on stage, and you're just you're yourself, and you get everybody hooting and hollering.
Yeah, I just kind of, I took a class back in Kentucky. Some guy charged me $300 and then he told me I was funny.
So you basically paid somebody off to be funny. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it cost me $300 to go on stage the first time.
You're paying to play. I see. That's nice. Well, I think it's definitely evolved, especially, you saw it, Brad. Let me bring you on in.
Dave, you were awesome. So where do you get your inspiration for your comedy from? Who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
Have you ever heard of a guy named Bill Hicks?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I'm nothing like him.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah, nothing like Bill Hicks. I just try to draw on my experience from being a hillbilly, being a redneck, and trying to being married a couple times and that kind of stuff.
Well, you got to embrace it. I mean, that's one thing that I definitely connect with your routine and your shtick on stage, and then just celebrating. I guess I would call it, Brad, redneckism.
Yeah, there
perhaps.
you go, redneckism.
Because
redneckology, maybe?
It's the simplistic.
I took that part of the GED that I took.
Oh, redneckology 201.
Yeah, part of part of the GED prep that I took. Yeah, and I did pass. I'm the first one in my family to get their GED on the first try.
And that's the thing about you, Dave. And I always now just call you Redneck Dave. I've just affectionately just kind of coined you that. But I'll tell you something though. When you do your act, when you go on stage and take the mic, the one thing that it definitely connects for me and so many people that were at the What the Hell Bar and Grill on Mesa is you basically, when you're telling a joke, for most people out there, they have a family member or themselves that actually have done certain things that you're making people laugh. It really connects.
Yeah, I open up. I try to open up with the Kentucky State Salute, to give everybody a chance to participate in the show.
Yeah. Are you originally from Arizona, or where are you from originally?
From Kentucky.
From Kentucky?
I'm
Is it
from
Kentucky?
Kentucky,
Born and raised
John,
Kentucky?
Don't you listen, man?
Well, it's been very windy, so pardon me. I'm battling the elements out here today, so you got to forgive me. So, when did you move from Kentucky to Arizona?
7 years ago, to get away from my ex-wife.
Well, that's fair enough reason.
Yeah.
How many marriages have you had?
I'm on number 2.
Okay, you're lucky number 2. That's not too
Yeah.
many. I mean, I have a couple friends that are on their 4th and 5th, so you're doing pretty good there, Dave.
Thanks, man. I swore I'd never get married again, but I don't know. This woman that I met, she knows how to cook, man.
See, that's a way to my heart. I mean, I recently got engaged, and the cooking side of things, the biscuits and gravy
Oh,
on
God.
Sunday mornings.
Listen to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that just tickles your pickle right there, my friend.
Oh, nothing beats biscuits and gravy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and also, one other thing, and I know, Dave, you'll connect with this, is she likes the Waffle House, too.
She does like the Waffle House, yes, sir.
Well, he's smothered
Everybody
and covered.
likes the Waffle House.
Smothered and covered.
Everybody likes the Waffle House. Although
Yeah.
I was at the Waffle House once and I saw somebody eat steak and eggs, and I don't know about the steak at the Waffle House, but I can say the eggs are pretty darn good.
You know what? My wife will eat something else that I will like, and then she'll go home and talk to the chef to get the recipe and make it for me at home.
Oh, that's a home run.
See, that's
a keeper.
That's working it for
Yeah,
you there.
she's a keeper.
That's the kind of woman I got, man. I'm a lucky man, I'll tell you.
Well, that's a good thing. Hey, let me ask you real quick, because as I said, most rednecks I know, we all have critters. I'm a horse guy. I've had goats and chickens. You got any critters
Yeah.
roaming around your man cave?
Before I met my wife, I was a single guy with a cat.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't judge me by that. I'm sitting in my condo, right? I'm newly divorced, and this cat keeps coming to my back door. She keeps coming back, keeps coming back. Finally, I let her in. I've got to be more specific about my prayers.
Very good. Oh, that's
Oh, see,
good. And if you
that's
didn't get that one, you probably shouldn't be listening to our show.
yeah, you got to go.
Wow, that
Definitely
was
got to
awesome.
go. All right, Redneck
that.
Dave, where can people find you, especially for your brand of comedy? When I'm trying to work some different events up where it's more of the, kind of the redneck version of comedy, locally, because I think there is demand. It's sort of like going to some of these country western joints. I think it definitely fit right in.
Tonight, I'm going to be at a gay bar downtown.
Is that for work or for pleasure?
Hopefully, a little of both. You never know.
Oh, hey.
You're going out to,
Yeah.
what is that? That's Apollo's, right?
With Apollo's, yeah. And then tomorrow night, I'm at Cactus Jack's. Next Tuesday, I'm at Copper Blues downtown.
Look at you,
And,
booked up.
Yeah, on the 29th, I'm headlining at Monkey Pants Bar and Grill. That's in Tempe on Southern and Mill.
Okay.
I'm headlining down there. Then I got the Firehouse at the end of the month, and Bridges Last Laugh. You can always catch me at the Hidden House downtown here as well, 7th Avenue and Osborne on Wednesday night. That's one of my regular spots.
Also,
I
let me
go
just
at-
jump in real quick, because you mentioned tomorrow night. Yes, Cactus Jack's Wild Joker Night. You are going to be appearing once again at one of our Wild Joker Nights, which, as I said, if you've never been, head on down to Ahwatukee, Elliott and 48th Street there, Cactus Jack's. I will honestly say you always are a home run hitter for our Wild Joker Nights, and I thank you so much, Redneck Dave, for that.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And why don't we just, because we are in our rapid fire second segment
rapid
here.
fire.
So,
Bang,
Redneck
bang.
Dave, thank you so much. And as I said, Apollo's tonight, Cactus Jack's tomorrow night. Do not miss him. It's well worth it, especially if you're kind of like me or him who love the redneck side of life. He's the guy you want to see. Thanks again, Dave.
Hey, thank you all. Have a good day, man.
You too.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, since this is the rapid, it's easy for me to say, rapid fire,
Yeah, right.
second
Say that
segment of
again 3
Wild
times.
Jokers. Yes, we're going to go to Mr. Creepy Comedy next because we just have them all lined up. And actually, we're just going to patch him in right now. We're going to be actually connecting with Jonathan Gregory on the way next.
Hello.
Jonathan.
Hey.
Hey, it's Brad and Len. How's it going, man?
Oh, this is the best day ever.
Did we wake you up?
Did I what?
Did we wake you up, man?
No, I don't go to sleep.
Oh, okay. I knew that.
He never goes to sleep.
Well, he doesn't blink his eyes, so how can he go to sleep?
Yes,
I don't have eyelids.
That's right.
you don't. I never seen you blink once, and
Me
I've seen you on
neither.
stage several times. Mr. Creepy Comedy himself, Jonathan Gregory, welcome to Wild Jokers Radio. How are you?
How am I?
How are you? Yes. How are we doing today?
I don't know. I don't have any feelings. Can't really answer that question.
Well, you perhaps don't have any feelings, but last night the feelings when we were out and about at the What the Hell Bar and Grill, you had the table next to where me and the lovely Michelle were, my fiance, dying last night, and you just gave them hell, and you're going to do it again tonight at Apollo's, I hear.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Are you working out right now? Because I know you live in the gym.
No, I'm sweeping some dirt right now.
Sweeping dirt, yeah. Well, it's kind of like you're spinning your wheels then, because it's awful windy out there to be sweeping dirt in this weather.
I keep it inside.
Oh, that's the dirt in his living room.
Oh, okay. There, yes.
Just be anywhere nowadays.
It sounds like you're living in a litter box.
What you said?
I said if you have a bunch of dirt or sand in your place, it sounds like you're living in a litter box.
Yeah.
Now, considering how hardcore do you have any animals? We were talking to Redneck Dave about this and getting to know our friends in comedy and what you do. Do you have critters?
I have a little dog. It's half Chihuahua, half Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh, okay.
So what do they call those?
Like louder, something like
A Jack Weenie or something like that?
a Share Terrier or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Jack.
A Jack Weenie? That sounds
Chihuahua
dirty.
Terrier.
Well, they mix all these dogs and they come up with these crazy names for them now, So.
I like the Jack Weenie. We
Jack
can we can
Weenie.
market that one.
Jack
but-
Weenie. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a black cat too.
Oh, that's
Ah.
perfect for you.
Yeah. I haven't. It's got all its claws and everything.
So, okay, I've got to ask you this one. Going from a bar last night at the Wild Joker night, the What the Hell Bar and Grill in Mesa, and going tonight, which obviously we're recording this interview for Saturday, and Saturday morning you hear this, you're going to be like, what the heck's going on? This is pre-record, obviously. You're going to be working Apollo's tonight. Let me ask you, in your hardcoreness, do you change at all, or do you just stay hardcore?
Did we lose you?
Yeah. That's what I do. I do it every day.
Same thing? Hardcore all the time?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay, you got Apollo's going on, and you're showcased all over. And also on Facebook, you can find Jonathan Gregory on there. I follow him. We're going to look up Creepy Comedy. As I said, he's just a riot when you get him live. Where, besides Apollo's tonight, where else are you appearing this week or in the future weeks?
I'm just trying to find someone that will let me take them out for onion rings.
Your onion rings, they're very tasty. Actually, I can recommend quite a few good places. Like we're at Piggly's today.
You want me to take you out for onion rings?
Yeah, would you like to take me out? Yeah, take me out for onion rings.
Sausage, maybe?
Oh! No sausage tonight. No.
I'm a really good listener, especially with some Polish sausage in my mouth.
Well, it's funny. I have Polish descent, so no.
Oh, Lord.
Absolutely not, Jonathan. Stop it.
That's another show.
Are we going to hang out tonight at Apollo's?
Sounds like you guys are. I don't know. It sounds like you got a date tonight.
My fiance is going to be concerned. That is just great.
I get up at 5. Give me a buzz.
Yeah, okay. All right. So how can folks reach you? Because a lot of folks that have come out to the Wild Joker Comedy Nights, they've reached out to me, and I always patch the word to find you on Facebook and stuff like that. What other resources, if they want to book you or hang out with you or get to know you or take you out for onion rings, what's a way to get to you?
Yeah, they can text me late at night, dirty pictures at 480-946-2529.
Awesome. That is the total way to do it. The dirty pictures and
Or
all.
you could just, you could go to Creepy Comedy. You could go to YouTube, look up Jonathan Gregory. You could come to the Tempe Center for the Arts next Friday. It's the 9th, May 9th. I'm headlining the Tempe Center for the Arts. If you don't come, I'll murder you.
And that's the brand of comedy you're going to get. Intensity 101.
I love it. Love it.
That's what you took away from it.
Oh, yeah. My son loved it. My son still talks about it.
Well, the thing about Jonathan that is so intense and so awesome is he's so in your face. Little old ladies want to jump up on the stage with him and shake their fist at him.
Right? We've seen it.
We've witnessed it.
Yeah.
And the intensity.
All I can say is he has a major effect on the crowd.
Yes. He captivates and takes over the crowd. Right, Jonathan?
That's right, everyone. Coming to you live in your face, brother.
And that wasn't the first little old lady to try to, shake her fist or shake something at you, right?
No, it won't be the last.
And never will be. So, Jonathan, thank you, Mr. Creepy Comedy. As I said, we love when you take part in our Wild Joker Nights, and you just keep eating onion rings and have fun at Apollo's tonight, my friend.
Thank you so much. I love you guys so much.
We love you too, right back, buddy.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
Hit me up when I get out tonight, 5 o'clock.
All right, definitely. Yeah, we'll make it a date.
Get those onion rings.
Hey, we've got to have those onion rings, you bet.
Thanks.
All right, Jonathan. Mr. Creepy Comedy himself, Jonathan Gregory, joining us on Wild Jokers. And Brad, of course, the last piece of the hat trick of rapid fire comedy. Mr. Christopher Royer is going to be actually calling in here momentarily, and he's going to be joining us in our hat trick of local sensation comedy, is however you want to call it.
You're just watching a lot of hockey right now, so everything's related to that hat trick of comedy and this that, and the other thing. And
yeah, well, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs. Of course,
yeah,
we're going to watch
course
it.
it is.
So he'll be calling in momentarily, and we'll be catching up with Chris Royer.
Sweet.
It is the hat trick of fun. We have to catch up with our old buddy. Actually, he's a veteran of Wild Jokers Radio.
He was on our first show.
And also on the Wild Jokers Comedy Nights. He's a veteran of, and he's just, when it comes to the comedy scene in town, he is all over the place. He's a major headliner. If you haven't seen him, you must find him. He's all over Facebook. He is the one, the only, our banker, besides the fact, Christopher Royer. How are you, Chris?
Hey, I'm feeling great, man. How you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. We are doing kind of a test run because, you've witnessed this show that we do with Wild Jokers, that I have all these different concept shows. I don't stay on, I never am stucco or boring. So we're doing a rapid-fire second segment here on Wild Jokers Radio, where it's been 3 of our actually dearest friends locally in comedy, yourself, Redneck Dave, and Jonathan Gregory we brought on, and we're having a blast. So that's
rapid fire works great for those guys. I think they're both heavily armed at all times.
Yeah.
Perhaps
they're definitely not sedated, that I can tell you.
No, I just want to catch up because you've been doing so many awesome things. I see it all over on Facebook, but it's better that the artist, as I call most comedians, themselves talk about some of the fantastic projects and different places you've been and what you got going on.
Or not. Did we lose you, Chris?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I think we cut out for just a second, but I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes with technology it does that. What do you got going on now? Because we had the big, the Montreal Comedy Festival at the Tempe
yeah, that was at the Tempe Center for the Arts last month. And, I'm still basking in the glow of the, I hate to, try to be as humble as I can, but, the success that we had at the Tempe Center for the Arts this last Friday, filling up a 200-person 200-seat theater and filling it up and coming out and giving people a terrific show. And I got to be the headliner there and do a new 40-minute set for everybody.
Nice.
Yeah, and, you know, that went really well, and Jonathan Gregory was on the show, and he just killed it. It was you know, set me up for big laughs coming out, so that worked wonderful. And next, I think I'm now going to take that new 40 minutes and shop that all around the valley, you know, head out to places like Stand Up Scottsdale that are friends of the show, and places like the Speakeasy Comedy Lounge, and maybe try and headline at the Speakeasy at the end of May.
That's cool.
And 40 minutes, I mean...
That's a lot. That's a lot of material. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I can tell you from what our little show is here that 40 minutes is a lot.
We do a 1-hour show here, but
we're not that funny.
No, we're just radio hacks.
Yeah, we're not that funny. You're funny.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It's like I said, I try to be humble, but I think I realized, you know, some folks out there like, well, what separates this from that, or why does the person get a bigger show or the other show? You know, it's just hustle. It was just deciding that I wanted to do that, deciding that was a personal goal that I wanted to achieve, and just sitting down in December and just starting to write like crazy. You call up people like John Gregory, and we get together and we write. So the culmination of 3 or 4 different writing sessions, and then you take everything and you just go out and hit those clubs every weekend and hit, you know, all the shows at the bars. There's some really great ones in town, as you guys know, you know, on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights, and try and do that about 3 times a week. And, you know, after 4 months of doing that, you know, I decided to unleash it onto the unsuspecting public and see what they thought of it. So, yeah, it's a bit of work, but it was fun. It was all worth it.
Let me ask you, because from the comedian's perspective, and we're hanging out live with Christopher Royer here on Wild Jokers Radio, what is your favorite room to work? Hey, Chris, what is your favorite room to work?
Oh, shit. It wasn't our end. We got full signal. This technology shit sucks. Yeah, it's going to be fun to edit this one.
Hey, this is Christopher.
Yeah, we
lost you. I don't know what happened there.
We got 5 bars, so I don't know what happened exactly.
Well, let's just continue on. I was asking, what is your favorite room here in the Valley of the Sun to work?
Did you say what's my favorite club or my favorite moment?
Oh, your favorite club.
Yeah.
My favorite club to perform in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, the one that pays me the most more recently?
I would almost go ambiance on this end of the question when it comes to crowd and the vibe.
Oh, as far as just a straight ambiance, any club that's got a low ceiling, people seated near the front, and people lined up and ready to laugh, and that can be a bar like What the Hell Bar and Grill or Monkey Pants in Tempe, you know, where people, or Hidden House out on the west side of town, or it could be a club like the Speakeasy Comedy Lounge, you know, up in Scottsdale.
And the reason I ask you this is from that perspective. As an audience member, everybody, you know, has certain rooms they like. But as a comedian, or if you're going to the school to become a comedian, what you can recommend? Because now you've been doing this a while. You're like a seasoned veteran.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a wily veteran.
Yeah, right? 3 years.
Yeah, and getting up to 40 minutes is quite an accomplishment. I mean, to have that much material and just put it all out there, that's outstanding. And we give you a ton of credit. I mean, you know, coming from 2 guys that are just radio talk show hosts, that is amazing.
You know, I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for saying that. And I know the comics in town, there's always a debate because we are artists and we treat ourselves as such. But the other side of this is you need an audience, and when you need an audience that's showing up somewhere and buying drinks or paying for tickets, then it is a business.
Yeah.
And you know, when the Tempe Center for the Arts, by the way, a wonderful place to perform in its own right, and a great guy to deal with in Tony. You know, when they put me up as at a big show there last year, you know, and I did 35 minutes, you know, that was great. But as a business, when they say, "Can you headline there again?" I'm like, "Great, but how are we going to fill this room up? How am I going to get those same people that came back last year to show back up this year that enjoyed themselves, and maybe even bring some more friends?" And I had to tell people, the biggest question I said is, "I'm going to be doing this next year. Would you guys come?" People said, "Well, is it going to be the same jokes?" I thought, oh man, I guess you know, if they want something new, then I'm gonna have to go out and work.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of what prompted me to go out. And you know, from a business standpoint, I'm not trying to make a lot of money, but I know that the club has to, if they want to keep, you know, existing, and if they don't exist, I don't have a place to perform my quote-unquote art, so I know they need to make money, so I said, well, if we're going to fill it up with repeat business, they want new jokes, and that's what we'll give them. And I just tapped into my life and just, I just put that little notepad in my back pocket and just write down everything, no matter whether you think it's funny or not. And thankfully, my girlfriend is an endless source of entertainment for me and frustration sometimes. and that's where the jokes come from.
Well, it's funny, Chris, that you say how you're constantly coming up with new material. We've had other big names, on our show as well, as and a lot of them have made sure to mention that the shows that they're bringing to town are different than any show you might have seen before. And I think it's kind of interesting that you bring that up from the business perspective, that anybody that owns one of these rooms or one of these event centers or any of these different places where, these venues that you can have a show, they want the fresh stuff too, because I can tell you from my own perspective as a fan, I love going to see certain comics, but when I've seen a comic and they start rehashing some of their old stuff, it's not the same. It's still funny, but it's not the same. So it's always refreshing that you make the effort. And I'm sure it takes you months just to get that 40 minutes down, and people can't appreciate how hard that is. And I just want to applaud you myself and say good job and way to make the effort, because that's what's going to separate you from the rest of the guys down the road, And we think you're really funny, so that helps.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a weird phenomenon. I mean, you can hear a joke and it's that twist and that surprise that first time you hear it, and maybe the second, and maybe so much the third, and then, not so much the fourth time you hear it unless it's nostalgia, and you go back and you watch your old Eddie Murphy and your Richard Pryor tapes from back in the day, or Chris Rock or something like that, or George Carlin. But it's funny because, the audience wants to see us do all new stuff, but, if Tom Petty came to town and said, hey, I'm doing all new stuff, you'd be like, ew,
right. Isn't that funny? That's so funny how that works, but you're right. That is funny.
Yeah, you want to hear the singers sing the same songs over and over again, and hell, half the lyrics in the song are the chorus, and they repeat that 3 times, and half of that's yeah, yeah, yeah. They can sing 14 words for 3 minutes for 40 years, and you're like, yeah, and you'll give them $100. But
that's
funny. Comedians are under a lot of pressure to keep changing the words.
Never thought about it like that.
Christopher, that's one thing as we've gotten to develop our friendship with you and everything. You've taught us a lot from the perspective of being fans of stand-up comedy, wanting to showcase it, but really how technically difficult doing your art is. So we want to really thank you for joining us today on the rapid fire round of Wild Jokers Radio as our closer, as I like to say it. But your mentor Tony's going to be coming on too here probably in then segment 3. So we want to just give a shout out there. So we got it's a Wild Joker-esque comedy night segment. I'll tell you that.
All right, you tell Tony that the fans have been calling in and they want to see me headline his new club on Saturday night.
So, yeah,
you got it.
We'll get it done. Hey, real quick before we cut you loose, one final plug. Where are you performing next?
I don't even know. I'm not even sure. I've got most of the. I wish I could plug something. I don't know. Go see Jonathan Gregory this Friday at the Tempe Center for the Arts.
No, there you go. Yeah, he's going to have to give you a little scratch for that one. So.
Right.
All right, Christopher Royer, thank you once again for joining us here on Wild Jokers Radio. Don't be a stranger, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Brad. That was our rapid fire of local comedy on the scene, and we do have to beat the street next. It is Brad's time to shine on the last segment here of Wild Jokers Radio. It's coming up next here on Funny 1260 96.1 FM. We'll be right back.
Autobahn Mortgage, 602-980-LOAN. That's 602-980-5626. Call Autobahn Mortgage for all your commercial and residential mortgage needs. We are friendly, fast, and efficient. 602-980-LOAN. You can also see us on the internet, www.autobahnmortgage.com. Call us today, 602-980-LOAN, 602-980-5626.
It's that time of year again where all the creepy critters are coming out. Hey, it's Len from the Wild Jokers. And this past week, I've had swarms of bees, scorpions, and a rattlesnake. And you know who I call? I call Brian over at Nuisance Pest Management. That's Nusense, Nuisance Pest Management. If you have swarms of bees, scorpions, ants, termites, snakes, you name it, they take care of it. 480-447-8775. NuisancePest.com. Call Brian. 480-447-8775.
Oh boy, Brad, I love being on location, and as you're chewing away and I'm chewing away, we're hanging out at Pigley's Smokehouse, here in Mesa on Stapley in the 1633 South Stapley Drive. This is why we like recording on location, because we're gourting ourselves. I've had the pulled pork sandwich that melted in your mouth. You had the brisket. We're having we have a turkey leg sitting over there with barbecue sauce. We've been dipping. These desserts that are out of control.
Well, first they brought us the deep fried Oreos.
Well, close to the mic there, buddy. I know you're
deep
chewing.
Fried Oreos were the first thing. Sorry, I'm chewing. I'm trying not to chew in the microphone.
Well, you may as well, because this
it.
is just delicious.
And then we have a funnel cake in front of us. That's what I'm chewing on now.
And it's fantastic. And then we have it's the lovely Vanessa.
The lovely Vanessa.
How are you?
I'm great, except now we're out of food because you two have eaten in the restaurant.
She's funny, too.
Yeah, we have done a lot of good eating. Now, we met actually across the way last weekend, and this is how we connected to do this broadcast live here, which we're thank you, number one.
You're welcome.
But tell us about the barbecue and the pulled pork and the brisket and the specialties of the restaurant here.
Okay, all the meats are specialties.
Mm-hmm.
The brisket is specialty. We have lean and moist. The lean brisket has a tighter grain.
Okay.
Moist has marbling throughout the whole thing, similar to a ribeye.
Okay.
And you're right, we did connect last weekend. It was a great connection over the pulled pork.
It totally was.
Yeah.
Over the sandwich, and I was I was like, can I have a second one? And then a third.
And then a
fourth. And
then I had to pack up and leave.
Yeah, then you shushed me away. And
yes.
Fortunately,
I
law
had to.
enforcement detained me, and they pulled me away from you.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, but I'm still stuck on the lean and moist part.
He's drooling on the microphone.
I can't help it, but I know it sounds really dirty, but let me tell you, I had the lean and moist brisket because, their chopped brisket has both.
You're salivating.
It's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
You were just disgusting.
And it still sounds dirty, but I'm telling you, it's worth getting.
What is the most popular dish here?
Brisket moist.
Yeah.
Everybody
I
wants.
can see why.
It just sounds wrong.
Well, because the meat, melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
I understand.
I mean, you can't beat their meat here, really.
Oh, Lord. I knew that was coming.
I'm sorry. So, okay, now we talked about the meat side of it. Now, these desserts, there's some specialty desserts you don't see in most restaurants. That's another reason to come on out to Pigley Smokehouse.
Yes, well, now I have diabetes because of the deep fried Oreos that I eat every
She
night.
should do one of our stand-up
I'm
nights.
telling you, she's
I'm
good.
Out there.
These are facts. I mean,
just the truth, man.
These
just
are
the
feel-good
truth.
foods.
Just the
They
facts.
really are.
That's right.
Tell us about the desserts, though.
okay, we have funnel cake.
Okay.
Yep.
Which we have right in front of us. Which is really
well, there's a
That's
third.
part of a funnel cake.
It's part
There's a
of
third
it.
right in front of you.
Yeah.
We have deep fried Oreos,
Which-
deep fried Twinkies.
Which you don't find everywhere. The deep fried
No.
Twinkie, I'm sure, is a favorite.
It's a novelty.
What happened
for
when
sure.
the Twinkie shortage happened? Remember they were cutting Twinkies? Did that
I bet
impact
you
the
they didn't
business?
have them for a while.
No, we're smart. We stocked up.
You stocked up
Yeah.
Twinkies.
No,
I remember
we were
that. I was
good.
like going, there was a Twinkie shortage for a while. What happened?
Everybody came to us. We were selling them in the back of vans, in
Nice.
alleyways.
You know,
Very-
some-
very
you know,
money.
Goodfellas.
You know,
Very
some guy
Goodfellas.
came in
I
and
like
bought
that.
a pallet of Twinkies from Walmart when that happened. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did hear
A
about
pallet.
that.
A
Yeah.
pallet of Twinkies. I mean,
That's really loving Twinkies.
That wasn't some guy. That was us.
Oh, so I was going to say maybe now we know where it really went.
Yeah.
There you go. All
And
right.
I
Fair enough.
was discussing here a little bit like catering and different things like that. You do that also here at Pigley Smokehouse.
Yeah, she does it all by herself. You should see her working.
Well, she was out
Yeah.
actually at the event last weekend.
I'm talking about make all the food, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm everywhere.
All right.
So.
Top 3 recommendations. So if you come here for the first time.
Brisket, definitely.
Brisket,
Pulled
number one?
pork,
Number-
definitely.
I had that. That was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yes.
So far, we got first and second so far.
Okay.
All right.
We're doing good. What's third? There's not 3 of us.
Prime rib.
Ooh.
Prime
But
rib.
you can
Prime
only
rib.
get lucky with the prime rib on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's especially for Saturday and Sunday only.
Yes, that's
Am I
right.
reading that right?
She said you can get lucky.
Yeah, so bring your date here, get lucky with the prime rib, and then maybe you'll get lucky.
Although
later
your date might
after.
get jealous if you get lucky with the prime rib.
You can find Pigley's Smokehouse at 1633 South Stapley Drive here in Mesa, Arizona. If you need more information, give them a jingle at 480-707-9009 or www.pigleysatthefair.com. It says on their card here.
Yeah, check this place out. This is the real deal. And if you haven't been here, you gotta get. I don't care if you live in Buckeye. Make a trip over
It's
here.
well worth it, and also for the catering option. I can see this. I'm planning a wedding down the
This
road.
is right up your alley, cowboy.
As I said, this is the kind of comfort food that just makes me footloose and fancy free. I tell
oh,
you.
goodness gracious.
So support Pigley Smokehouse. They support us because we're broadcasting live. You're listening to Wild Jokers. And welcome back to Wild Jokers Radio, and it is that time, our third segment. This is the tradition in Saturday morning radio here on 24/7 Comedy Radio for Phoenix.
Easy for you to say.
Time for Brad to beat the street. Brad, start beating the street.
Okay, so you know I'm a dad, and I have 2 kids, right?
Are you?
Yeah. So
you have more than 2, don't you?
Just 2 that I know.
That you know of, right?
Right. So when my kids were little, and they're not that old, they're only 12 and 13. When my kids were little, the baby monitors they used to use were just like radio frequency, like a walkie-talkie. So, like, the one inside the room was like you had the walkie-talkie always on.
Like those old G.I. Joe ones we had when we were kids.
Well, yeah, but they didn't have buttons to turn them on and off. You just, like, it was always, the microphone was always in the kids' room and the speaker was always wherever we were, right?
Right, I remember those in houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, because of the great technology we have, they have child monitors, baby monitors, that are on the Wi-Fi network. Okay. Now, why this is important? Because you got these crazy idiot hackers out there hacking people's baby monitors.
No.
Yeah, so check this out.
That's crazy.
This is a true story. So this dude in Cincinnati hacked this couple's baby monitor and was yelling at the kid, "Wake up, baby. Wake up, baby."
That's just rude. Poor little child, scared to death of the creepy voice.
Well, evidently, this has happened before. In Houston, I guess some guy said that he walked into his baby's room and someone was yelling at his baby as well.
Well, this is kind of funny because the lovely Michelle, my fiance, has a 2.5-year-old, so she has a monitor where she can kind of keep an eye on the little
Is hers
fellow.
on Wi-Fi? Or
I guess so. It's going across. Yeah, it must be.
You have to find out because it might be one
know.
of the radio. If it's one of the radio ones, they can't hack it. But if it's hooked up to the internet network,
I don't think it's the internet thing. I think it's got a little signal that goes
then
across.
you're all right. Then you're all right.
The worst thing that ever happened with that is she left the monitor on in my house because she was visiting the bunkhouse.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I look over and I see that I've never changed a diaper in my life, Brad. Just to let you know this.
I've
and all
changed
of a sudden,
more than I care to admit.
All of a sudden, I look over at the monitor and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I just shut it off. I'm like, ah.
It's interesting. Changing diapers is a whole different animal, and that's like we can do a whole show on that. But all I'm going to say is this: I've changed diapers before, more than I care to admit.
Well, I looked over and honestly, it was worst horror movie I've ever seen in my life. So I had to shut it off.
Okay.
Horrible.
Well, fair enough.
What
I
else
can
do you got?
appreciate that. Okay, so you ready for this?
Yes.
You like Celine Dion?
No.
Yeah, either do I.
I mean, she's fine enough. Believe me, there's a lot worse out there.
Could you imagine if you had a neighbor that all he did all day, every day, was play Celine Dion really, really loud?
What would you rather have, Yanni or Celine Dion?
Neither.
Michael Bolton?
Earplugs.
Michael Bolton? Yeah, okay, that's the bridge right there.
I could suffer through Michael Bolton, but not every day, all the time.
Remember, he had a mullet.
Yeah. Huh?
I think I'd say Michael Bolton, too.
Okay. So, Anyway, so this guy, 47-year-old UK man, got a complaint because he constantly blasted Celine Dion music. He played a little James Brown, and he played a couple other things as well.
There's nothing wrong with James Brown.
But let's put it this way. He did this. He violated a court order 6 different times. He had to get his Celine fixed. So you know what they did to him finally? They came in. They took everything. They took a PlayStation out of his house. They took his TVs, his speakers, DVDs, and CDs.
Because of a noise ordinance.
Because he had 6 violations of a court order.
So why were they repoing his stuff though?
They're saying because he wouldn't follow the order, so they figured the only way they could do is take away all the stuff making the noise.
I've never heard of them.
It's in the UK, dude. What do you expect?
That is really weird. I thought maybe fines.
But they're saying he can apply to get his stuff back. But he has to wait a month.
That's pretty bizarre.
Yeah, he has to wait a month, and then he can apply to get his stuff back.
I would be a little torched if somebody came in and stole my horse or my dog or my TV, or so I couldn't watch hockey. I would not be a happy camper.
Yeah, but you also wouldn't be doing that and driving your neighbors crazy for the last
No, I'd be playing
months.
Waylon Jennings really loud.
But not the same song every day, all day.
No, perhaps not. That's a little loony. That's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right there, my friend.
Right.
All right. What else you got for us here?
Oh, God. Okay, so another international story. Wow, we're hitting the international market huge.
Oh, you're international. You like going abroad.
This is true. Yeah, what does that got to do with it?
I don't know.
I like broads. You like broads, too?
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding.
I got one.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so this motorcyclist, he's cruising around in Madrid, and he pulled over because his false teeth fell out while he was driving.
Was he a hockey player?
No, what happened was he sneezed while he was riding his motorcycle and blew his teeth out.
I've been around, and you have too. We both played hockey. Enough folks that have lost a couple teeth. I have actually a friend that has a partial, and I can see that happening. Those things are not in there that tight. You got to get some of that poly grip or whatever.
Yeah, right. Super poly grip.
You got to get something to hold that down.
Super poly grip. Yeah.
But imagine, did he lose his?
Well, what happened?
teeth?
The funny part was the cops that came to find out what the heck he was doing. they ordered him to get back on his motorcycle and keep riding for his own safety. They said, you can't be looking around for your teeth. You got to get out of here,
no.
man. So they made him go.
That's an expensive mistake.
Yep. They still don't know that. Nobody knows if he ever found his dentures or not.
If you were kind of perusing that road and you saw some teeth sitting there, would you grab them?
Are you kidding? Ugh.
Not even with a glove or whatever?
That's gross. No.
I would take them for a practical joke reason.
No.
Seriously, if you could stash that in some people's drinks at the bar. I don't have issues. That would be just seriously funny. Sticking in a baggie. I would take the teeth and run with them.
I don't know.
You never know. You could hold them for ransom, maybe get a reward for lost teeth. You never know.
Okay, so I've got 2 other stories, but I'm going to let you pick which one we get to hear, and I'll tell you what they're about, and you can decide.
Why do we have to pick?
Well,
why can't we just do both of them?
We can. Depends. All right, well, let's start with this one.
Come on.
How about in Houston, a teacher is charged for doing a lap dance for a boy at school on his 15th birthday.
Okay, you got that one. What's the other story?
Okay, the other story is drunk passenger causes hijack scare.
Okay, you have a lap dance and a drinking story. 2 stories that are very near and dear.
Which one do you want to hear first?
Okay, we're going to do both of them. Do the lap dance.
Do the lap dance?
I like lap dances.
Okay, so criminal complaint against a 42-year-old teacher.
Girl or guy?
Woman.
Okay, it's a guy. Okay, so there's always a double standard.
She's charged with having improper relationship with the student.
How old was the student?
15. It was on his 15th birthday.
That's happy birthday,
right.
Mr. President.
Yeah, anyway, so the teacher got freed on $30,000 bond.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Now, because today's era is so different than when you and I grew up. But she's what? You said 42?
Yeah, she's my age.
She's 42. He's 15. I know that sounds a little weird, but to me, that's when I was a young tyke like that, which was now a long time ago. But that didn't seem that unusual to me. At 15, I mean, mostly gals like in their 20s.
The truth is, in our day, that stuff didn't happen. These days, it's happening like crazy. Mary J. Letourneau, or whatever her name was. Mary Jo Letourneau. What
and
about
here's
her?
the thing: some of these teachers are smoking.
She has 2 kids with that guy.
I know.
Right?
I know. I mean, seriously, why weren't these my teachers back in the 80s?
Yeah,
I would have loved it. I had fluffy, like, fat moo-moo women.
Right.
This is horrible.
Right. So, needless to say, the district removed the teacher from the campus, and they can't get a hold of the teacher for comment.
Oh, but, boy, imagine if you're that.
But it happened at middle school.
Is there
No. They just have kind of a swanky picture of a chick holding a pole.
Oh, that's sad. See, you don't know if she's good, bad, or ugly. So
she's But
if she's hot, I mean, I think
if she's hot, you think she would have gotten in trouble?
No, probably not.
That's what I think.
I hope not.
I'm with you there.
I think you should get a mulligan for being hot and just trying to
Right.
At
that's
15,
what I'm saying.
I mean, golly, I'd been a nutter butter.
Okay. Okay. This is a family show.
Oh, come on. It's a candy bar. It's a candy bar.
Candy bar.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
Do you have gas?
No.
Okay.
You've heard of Virgin Airlines, right?
Yes, I have.
So they were headed to Australia, and there was a passenger on the plane that was suspected of attempting to hijack the plane.
Mm-hmm.
What had happened was
having some issues.
What had happened was
a little too much bubbly.
That's an inside joke, and if you've seen there's been more than one movie where that's been used. Anyway, sorry, Len, that was right over your head.
Yes, it was.
So, long story short, the drunk passenger decided to try to break into the cockpit. Not a good plan in 2014, folks.
No, yeah. That's you're done.
Yeah, so
you're going away for a long time.
Meanwhile, because of that attempt, the pilot made what they call the hijack call, which is like a special alarm. So, needless to say, there was no actual hijacking, and they did issue the hijack alert, which scared the crap out of pretty much everybody. And basically, the passenger was arrested. He's considered he's known as an Australian national, so he's an Australian dude, and nobody was harmed.
So basically,
leave it to the Aussies to try to something a little creative.
A little too much fun and trying to get in that cockpit, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So
that's the ticket.
Lower the cocktailing down there, perhaps a little bit. So okay, well that was a very good beat on the street there, Brad.
Well, I'm glad. So I think the teacher dancing was better than the hijacking drunk, but it's all happy times.
It is, no pun intended. And speaking of happy times, you're all done beating it, right?
Maybe.
Oh, do you have more? I'm actually going to go try to plug something an event we're going to be at today.
I got one more thing. I just have to bring this up because I read all these stories all the time, and it's hard to pick which ones are the ones I want. Sometimes I have to wait till next week. But I want to know what's up with all these people seeing Jesus' face in all these different things. Can somebody break this down for me? This lady in Southern California on Good Friday said she saw Jesus' face in her pancake.
Nah, that looks like more like a member of Leonard Skinner. No, that looks like...
It looks more like Charles Manson.
That actually does look like Manson now that you flip that over. I've seen other ones that look like members of Leonard Skinner as far as I see it.
Or like the guys from Duck Dynasty.
Well, you never hear that one. It's always it's always Jesus, and it's never... You know.
See, what somebody else said they thought it looked like Charles Manson. I'm not the only one. Yeah, this is what they said. They said it looks like Abraham Lincoln, Edgar Allan Poe, and Charles Manson. Those are the ones
I can see Charlie Manson right there. That's.
I could see a little bit of Lincoln in that. A little.
Maybe.
More Charlie Manson though.
That's totally.
That's
look
totally
at the eyes.
Charles. Yeah, that's
Charles
totally
Manson.
crazy eye Charlie Manson.
But in a pancake.
In a pancake.
The Manson pancake.
Southern California. It's actually Norco, California.
Okay, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through there. Nice. Well, with the pancakes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, USA Today picked up that story.
That's a solid story.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we're losing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself, but I see that kind of stuff, and I always wonder. It's like, who comes up with this stuff? Oh Lord. Anyway, I'm done. Beating
You're done.
here.
You're done beating. All right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So go dry
Whip
off.
me, beat me.
Yeah,
The
you're
rest of the
toast.
story. Okay.
But hey, we're heading out actually after the show to the 3rd annual Salsa Piñata Festival of Culture and Wellness.
Pinata, not pinata.
I said piñata.
I know.
But
Pinata means something different.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I'm learning as I go.
I think it's a.
Okay, it's a
it's
festival.
like an appetizer thing.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
We're going out to the Festival of
just
Culture
talking
and
smack.
Wellness, the 3rd annual Salsa and Piñata.
Salsa Piñata.
It's going to be going on from 9 a.m. The fun started, so at the beginning of our show, to 3 p.m. today out in Apache Junction. It's at the Earthheart Park and Community Garden, which is at 625 North Plaza Drive in beautiful Apache Junction. We're going to be out there. There's going to be a lot of great entertainment. They definitely have been supporting us.
Yeah, they
So
have.
we definitely have to support them. If you like comedy, we're going to have Roberto Rodriguez out there.
Yeah.
And
he's from L.A., so,
he's
they're
not from
importing.
L.A. He's out in L.A., but
I thought he's from L.A.
He's from here.
Really?
He's from Arizona.
Oh, so he's coming back home.
He's coming back home.
See, I got confused by that. I thought he was from LA.
You got it all. You got it all turned
I'm
around.
just, it's been a long morning. I've only had 6 cups of coffee. I need at least 8 to be normal.
So as soon as we're done and shut the mics down here at the show, we're going to be taking off once again. You got to come down to the 3rd annual Salsa Piñata Festival of Culture and Wellness. That's going on right now till 3 p.m. That's at the Earthheart Park and Community Garden, which is 625 North Plaza Drive in beautiful Apache Junction.
Beautiful
Apache Junction. We have so many people we'd like to thank. Of course, Jonathan Gregory for joining the show, Christopher Royer for joining the show, Redneck Dave for joining the show, and our new friends at Pigley's Smokehouse in beautiful Mesa, 60
Holy
and
moly.
Stapley right behind.
You got to check this place out. They have so many cool things. Not to mention, forget that they have the most amazing pulled pork and ridiculous brisket. They have deep fried Twinkies, Snickers, and Oreos. And if you've never had one of those, do yourself a favor. Pack the kids up in the car. I don't care if you live in Buckeye.
Brad's making a speech
I'm
now.
serious. I'm not even the biggest Oreo fan. And let me tell you, Janine brought us over this stuff.
The pulled pork was amazing. It melted in your mouth.
I had the brisket. I couldn't eat it fast enough. I don't think I took a breath. Then she brought over these deep fried Oreos. Oh, Lord. All I'm saying is they cannot be legal in at least 14 states.
The testimony is fantastic. And it
That's all I got to say.
delicious,
That's all I'm
actually.
saying.
And also, they do catering. But come on down. Since they're supporting us, you got to support them. So we keep rocking and rolling here on 24/7 Comedy Radio for Phoenix. It's 1633 South Stapley Drive in Mesa. You can contact them also by phone at 480-707-9009 or www.pigleys@thefair.com. That's what they're changing from, atthefair.com. That's right. I was about ready to say Smokehouse.
You and 80 to 100 of your closest friends can come down here. They do events on their patio for you and your friends. If you want to do that, they have a really good setup out here. It's pretty awesome. Really friendly people. Amazing food.
And also a couple shout outs to a Nuisance Pest Management,
Habba.
Brian, who joined us at the other night at the the What the Hell Bar and Grill, who's our actually new sponsor, Pest Control.
Yeah,
so
I got to hang out with them at the Tommy Davidson show.
And you heard them actually their spots earlier, but if you have any scorpion issues, that's actually one of their expertise, or swarms of bees, which I've been dealing with, which is horrible. You can contact them at 480-688-4781. Ask for Brian. He's a friend of the show. Of course, lots of love going down to Casa Grande Jewelry and Pawn. Give them lots of love. If you need anything from engagement rings to firearms, you got to give them a call at 520-836-7774. Say hello to my good friend Robin down there, and I think that's just about it.
Was that enough?
That's never enough.
No.
Never. So
I think you missed somebody.
I didn't miss anybody.
You sure?
Yeah, I have my little list right here.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
All right.
Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
All right, we got to go out to Apache Junction to the Salsa Piñata Festival.
Love it.
On our way. You have a great week. Thank you for listening to Wild Jokers Radio. We will catch you next Saturday. Have a great weekend.